Okay, so Sunday night around 11 o'clock, I was in the kitchen doing some dishes and cleaning up the kitchen, and I heard what sounded like a clicking noise, and it was more of like somebody was clicking with their tongue. And I turned around to come in here to figure out what was making that noise, because it sounded like it was coming from the living room. And right when I got to about the door area over there, I seen a tall, very tall figure run by this window over here. And it was taller than the window itself, and that window sits up probably about the top of it's about 7 foot up. And whatever it was tall enough to surpass that. And it ran by very quickly. And right when it was running by, it was making a gurgling noise, like a reptilian gurgle. And whatever it was couldn't have been moving fast enough for me to not see it when I looked through the door, which is exactly where I headed after I seen it. And I looked out the window and there was nothing there. Well, I had went outside to do a perimeter check, and when I opened the door, I heard the dogs barking like crazy. At something, whatever was out there. And I did a perimeter check, nothing. And I came back in and had gone over to finish up what I was doing in the kitchen, and I turned to take some fiber pills before bed. And this is roughly about 11:20, 11:30. And out of my peripheral vision, I seen Heather standing in the entrance area to the dining area, about where I'd stopped and seen that alien, or whatever it was. And I had figured she had gotten up to come get a drink of water, and when I turned and looked, there was nothing there.
So you saw like my astral form or something similar.
Yeah.
Now, that sound, when you were talking and describing the sound, it reminds me of, the light just shines on your face. No, it reminds me of the description of like one of the aliens in the movie Signs, that kind of clicking and gurgling.
Yeah, exactly like that.
And it's interesting because before he came home, because I didn't know anything about it until he came from work to tell me. And what did I say to you?
You had said that you had actually been picking up on aliens that morning.
Yes, that I was doing my morning channeling like I do, and I had intuited. Yeah, that was the very first message I got that morning, and
yeah, because you were zonked out that night. There was no waking you up.
Did you?
Yeah, I tried, and you weren't budging. So
I was not in my body, apparently. Well then, that morning, the morning I was channeling, about extraterrestrials and, contact, like telepathic contact, memory had been popping into my head that, of an experience I had a couple years ago. Mind you, this is before Jared even told me anything about it, but it was that morning I was thinking about this extraterrestrial that sounded very much like the E.T. in Signs. I was thinking about an experience my sister and I had had where we heard that sound outside the house, and it was pounding on the house. And I, just before recording this interview or this testimony here with Jared, I was showing him those clips. And would you agree that it sounds almost
identical? It was identical
to what he heard that night. So it's not something new. This is an experience I had in 2013, February of 2013. It's interesting happening in February.
It was almost like it got upset that I was coming to check it out, and that's when it made that gurgling noise.
Huh.
And I mean, there was nothing on. The TV was off. The only thing that was on was the light in the kitchen, so I could see what I was doing, wiping off the counter.
Thank you very much.